you're looking to dive into topics on how to live a happier, healthier, more fit, and long lifespan, then you've come to the right podcast. Livin the Dream with me, Coach Damian Evans. Together, we will explore the topics on all things health, fitness, and wellness. Together, we will be lifelong learners on this journey to living the ultimate dream. What up, Dream Team? Coach D here, coming at you with another growth mini-sode. This will be a bite-sized episode with the goal of setting a growth-minded intention and focus for the upcoming week. Each mini-sode will offer a quote that encapsulates the theme of the week, and after the quote, we're going to dive into a weekly focus, something small that we can concentrate on for the following 7 days. As well as a physical activity tip and a nutritional tip, we're going to offer you these tips in order to assist us in working towards a more healthy and optimal way of living our own dream life. And each mini-sode will end with a recommendation for that week. This recommendation could be anything from a podcast episode to listen to, a book to read, a person to follow, anything that I feel will better help us educate ourselves towards the overall focus of the week. And if this is your first time listening to a mini-sode, the goal is to listen on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, the weekend, to be ready to start the challenges of the week on Monday. Listen to just one mini-sode every week, and as the week finishes, move on to the next week's mini-sode. You can start all the way over back at mini-sode number 1, or join in with the team right now at mini-sode number 15. These mini-sodes will only be as beneficial to you as you are willing to make them. So if you're going to play along with the weekly focuses, the physical activity tips, the nutrition tips, it's going to be much more helpful, and you're going to be much more successful if you do this with someone else in your life. It'll help with your adherence, your motivation. Grab an accountability buddy and share on your social media platforms the challenges of the week. You never know who's going to be quietly watching and rooting for you, and you never know whose life you're going to inspire just by sharing your journey. So let's dive into this week's Growth Mini-sode. This week's quote comes from football coach Paul Bear Bryant. During his 25-year tenure at Alabama as head coach, he won 6 national championships and 13 conference championships. So this guy's a winner. He says, "It's not the will to win that matters. Everyone has that. It's the will to prepare to win that matters. It's not the will to win that matters. Everyone has that. It's the will to prepare to win that matters." Many times we see these extraordinary people doing extraordinary things. And every once in a while, I'll hear the lazy boy critics say, they can only do that solely based on good genetics. They just got good genes. Or they come up with some other excuse as to why us, quote unquote, normal people would never be able to do that type of thing. And this person is in some way lucky that they are able to accomplish this extraordinary feat. This to me is really unfair because it minimizes all the countless hours of practice and sacrifice that definitely occurred in order to attain an extraordinary feat. We all want to win. We all want to accomplish goals. That desire will always be there. It's in our human nature to seek and explore and to try to be better. However, we also love instant gratification. Our brains, they love to find the most efficient way possible to accomplish a task, the easy way out. So when the time comes to make the decision to put in the work that's going to take in order to win, do you just have the will to win? Or do you have the will to put in the work and the actually to do the preparation required in order to make and achieve this win? At the end of the day, when you think back about all the decisions you've made that previous day, from the time you woke up, from the time you go to bed, did you put in the preparation needed to get you just that little bit closer to your goal? Or are you just here spinning your wheels and on autopilot throughout the main part of your day and just going through Groundhog's Day? If you're not progressing, then you're stalling, or even worse, moving backwards. And that's not what this Livin the Dream team is all about. We get that small percentage better just every single day. So this week's weekly focus is to find, strengthen, and practice having a champion's mindset. Now, what is that, a champion's mindset? We've talked about how having the right mindset in life is so important. The words that we use and the thoughts that we think, those things are literally creating chemistry inside your body that create actual physical change. Yes, your words and your thoughts create physical change. The thoughts that you think create neural tree branches all throughout your brain. If you haven't read the book Cleaning Up Your Mental Mess by Dr. Caroline Leaf, definitely an interesting read. It was a little over my head at times, but it was cool to see and get a more clear picture of something that is as unbelievably complex as the brain. So, having the right mindset in life could be a game changer in the relationships that you cultivate, in the random happenings that occur throughout your day, in the overall direction that life is going to take. Having the right mindset is so important. So, we're going to take a look at a few different examples of human nature and then of champion mindset. So, human nature versus champion mindset. Human nature. Here's an example. What do I have to lose? We say that all the time, yeah? But a champion mindset is going to rephrase that to, what do I have to gain? Not what do I have to lose, but what do I have to gain? Another one would be, I'm doing my best versus I will find a way. I'll find a way no matter what. It's because of my genes. No, it's in my power. It's not because of my genes. It's in my power. That's a champion mindset. Will and talent are enough versus discipline and readiness rule. Will and talent are enough. No, discipline and readiness, that's what's really going to make the difference. Another one is it's about perfection versus I just want to get that 1% to 2% better. That's what really matters. It's not about perfection. It's just about getting that 1% to 2% better. Human nature, I'm afraid and I'm not even going to try versus championship nature. I feel the fear and I'm going to do my best anyway. Human nature, I whine. Champion mindset, I win. So let's hear about the ways in this upcoming week that you catch yourself having a human nature mindset and how you're going to change it up into a champion mindset. Between stimulus and response, there's a pause. Between stimulus and response, there's a pause. And in that pause, that is where you decide how you're going to react to that stimulus. And you are in control. You are the champion. Make your thoughts behave that way. Moving on to this week's physical activity tip. It's all about balance. No, not balance when it comes to like business and pleasure, but actually your balance and coordination. Did you know that your balance can be used to predict your longevity and your health span? Try this the next time you have a moment. In yoga, there's this balance pose called standing yoga tree pose. So standing tree pose. What you want to do is, when you have a chance, obviously, if you're driving, just hold off a second. But when you have a chance, what you want to do is you want to stand on your 2 feet with your hands on your hips. You're then going to shift over all of your weight onto one foot, and you're going to place the other foot high up in your opposite inner thigh. So you're balancing on one foot. The other foot is on the inside of your inner thigh. You have this kind of triangle-looking shape there. What you're doing is from here, have someone time you. You're going to go ahead and lift your heel off the ground and balance just on your tippy toes on the grounded foot. So you're on one leg, and then you're going to add that next layer, and you're going to start your timer when you go up onto your toes, lifting the heel off the ground. How many seconds can you balance without falling over or without placing your other foot back on the ground? This is called the standing stork test. Stork as in the bird, S-T-O-R-K. I'll include a link that you can take a look at the scoring charts and see how well you stack up with your performance. The scale on the performance goes from poor to below average to average, and then above average, and then excellent. The longer that you're able to balance, the longer you're actually projected to live an extended health span. And remember, there's a difference between lifespan and health span. Lifespan, where a lot of our society is living out those last few years of their life miserably, maybe in pain, or maybe they just can't take care of themselves and they have to be taken care of throughout the majority of their day. Whereas the health span is being independent and active and enjoying a better quality of life longer. The health span is a part of a person's life during which they are generally in good health. The goal, at least for me, is to enhance and extend your health span as long as you possibly can. So try out the stork test. Do it on both legs. One leg, try out, see how long you can hold it, and then do the other leg. Find your score on the website that I linked in the show notes, and then let me know how you did. And if you're unhappy with your results, maybe you fell in the poor category, I'm going to include a cool video called Improve Your Balance in 5 Minutes. It's a YouTube video called Improve Your Balance in 5 Minutes. Take a look at that, and then you can do some balancing training. Throw that into your lifestyle routine, and maybe tag it on to the end of one of your workouts, or do it at home while you're watching TV. If it's something that you think that you could work on, and it definitely has importance as we age, and it becomes more important the older that we get, make it a priority. Practice your balance, get a better health span. This week's nutrition tip is to grow your own herbs and microgreens. What? Yeah, that's right. I'm asking you to unleash your inner green thumb. Give it a shot. It's actually really satisfying. And especially if you have kids, this is a really fun and easy project that a family can do together. When you're the one growing your own food, you know that nothing has been added to it. You don't have any pesticides, herbicides, rodenticides, no weird genetically modified whatever going on. It's as naturally as you can get it, right? It saves money as well, and it really is the gold standard for food consumption. Can you imagine a world in which every single person made 100% of the food that they consumed? That would be crazy. I can't even imagine what that would look like right now. And even if that vision seems unrealistic and unattainable, we can start small and purchase some simple, super simple grow trays where all you need to do is purchase the seed sheets, is what they call them, and add water, and then just wait for the magic to happen. There's a lot of companies out there that sell microgreens, but the one that I use is called Hamama, Hamama, Hamama. I'm going to include their website and their IG in the show notes on this minisode. It's actually really cool. You buy these little black trays that can be reused over and over, and then you get to pick which type of seed quilts or seed sheets that you want. You can choose anything from broccoli, cabbage, kale, radish, salad mix. You could do like this zesty blend mix, wheatgrass, clover, arugula. The list goes on. Whatever kind of little herbs or microgreens that you can think of, they have seeds for it that you can grow inside your own house. You can find some space in your kitchen or next to the window. And then when it's all grown and it grows way faster than you actually think, you just take a pair of scissors and you cut your microgreens and you put them straight onto your salad or your sandwich or your garnish for your dinner dish. I really can't wait to see what you guys start growing. I would really love it if you shared with me what you got. One day I'm going to grow and I'm going to make and I'm going to hunt more than half of what I consume. But until then, this is definitely, a short-term, small change, as all changes should be, that can get me towards that long-term goal of mine. And then lastly, my recommendation for you is to check out a new podcast. This one is called Quick Brain with Jim Quick. And Quick is spelled Kwik. So Quick Brain with Jim Quick. And Jim is Jim space Kwik. Quick is his last name. The episode that I'm recommending is called How to Love Learning. Now, Jim is one of the most famous learning and memory experts in the world. He himself had this traumatic brain dysfunction when he was younger, and he now, because of that, he went through all of this research, and he now teaches famous actors how to memorize their huge scripts. He teaches presidents how to memorize their speeches. He teaches average people how to memorize hundreds of numbers or hundreds of names in a row in the shortest amount of time possible. He's absolutely an extraordinary high performer that uses champion mindset. And he claims that anyone can be just like him and do what he does. So check it out. I'm going to include the podcast linked in the show notes and then go ahead and just let me know what you learn. And that's it, my friends, for this week's Growth Minisode. Each week, we're going to focus on something new and dial in a different aspect of physical activity and nutrition. Share with your friends and family and hold each other accountable. Post on your social media stories when you change your human nature view to a more champion mindset. Post a video of you balancing and improving your longevity. or of your brand new microgreen garden. And make sure you tag me and share your journey. Let me know if you have any suggestions or tips that would help this Livin the Dream team out and that I can discuss on future episodes. I'm going to be right here with you, working on making us stronger, happier, and healthier humans. Until next time, friends, keep living the dream.